All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hope everybody's doing well today. Get started. Just a second. Give it about 2 or 3 minutes for everybody to come in, and then I will get out of you guys here. Check the levels. All right. 1 second. I'm gonna get started. Make sure. Test, test. All right, we live. We good to go. All right, so good afternoon, everybody. Glad you're here. Glad you're with us today. I'm gonna make this short, sweet, and to the point. Again, as I try to periodically do, we do a talks with Terrence, which just simply try to give you a few updates about what is going on around the city of Aliceville. Sometimes we do them every month. I try not to go without 2 months going by. So the last one, what I believe we did, was around the first part of May, and we were celebrating graduation. Over since that time, we had a few things that have changed, upgraded, updated, and I felt like it was a good time to reach out to you, and you. So again, for those that don't know me, I'm Mayor Wendell, and I serve in the city of Aliceville. As your mayor. So I thank you for the opportunity to speak with you. If you're a couple of things you can do for us today after the sign in, after I've logged off, I will put our sign up as far as for our alerts, mobile alerts when we do have emergencies, flash floods, situations like that. Tornadoes. We do have an alert system that we try to send it out as soon as we can. If you're a part of that alert system, we would love to. If you're not a part, we would love to have you. So that way you can know what's going on and it keeps you up to date with what's going on. In the future, we may use a different platform, but as of right now, you can use the code that will be put on the site and then sign up for what updates that you need. Okay. So again, I want to thank you for being on. I don't want to stay on too long. I'll try to be off here by 6:30. If not before, unless we get some comments, questions, chat in the chat that I can see, and then and then I can go from there. So with that being said, first off, I'd like to start off with one of the bigger things on my radar, which is job reports and updates. And since the last time that we spoke, we've had at least two major jobs that have closed in our area. The two major jobs being longtime stalwart of the community, which was Buchanan Lumber on the lumber side. They closed, and then also on Alabama Casting. Um, so again, this is something that's a trend that's been going on nationally. It's not just something local to Aliceville, but it's a nationwide trend that kind of gives way to the economy that we are in, and things are slowing down for different reasons, whether that be tariff, whether that be people don't want to spend funds, or whatever the case is. I'm gonna try to kind of stay in the confines of Aliceville, but on a national level, this is happening all over. I've spoken with mayors from other countries, other counties, mayors from other states, and they're experiencing some of the same things, especially in the woodworking industry. They're seeing a lot of slowdown in that industry. So while I was hoping that we would be spared from it, unfortunately, we're not spared at this time. Buchanan Lumber, from the information that I received from me and my staff, it lost or was going to lose, or is going scheduled slated to lose approximately 50 jobs. This is supposed to affect only the lumber side. The that For those that don't know, the Buchanan Lumber facility had two sides of the facility. The first side of the facility was, or one of the sides of the facility was the lumber side, and the second side is the flooring side. From the information that I have, and that's as of now, I don't know if things change. I'll share, but the flooring plant is slated to continue to run, but the logging side is the spot that closed about 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks ago from the last information that I got. So with that being said, those 50 jobs that are lost, um, going flowing back to the economy, Aliceville is affected by that greatly. There are other communities that are going to be affected by this as well. That's your, the people in this county. There are people that work out of state at those locations. There's people that work in, you know, in other locations that are in that area too. So that's kind of the parameters that we are looking at as of right now. So unfortunately, it happened, but we are trying to move and recruit and retain some businesses that will help, because I know that affects our loggers, that affects our stockyards, that affects a lot. So we want to make sure that this doesn't have a triple effect and hurt people for any longer than it needs to hurt. The second place that I speak on is Alabama Casting. Alabama Casting had changed hands a number of times. It's been Franklin Iron, Alabama Casting, a couple of other spots that had bought it out. But that job transferred as well. It was about 50 or so jobs that was located right here directly in Aliceville, and it employed a number of people that were in the Aliceville location, as well as individuals who were outside of our location. And there were some fairly decent paying jobs that were there at the cast iron plant, and they are the reason they closed with that because they were combining resources. Again, signs of the economy, looking to see what's going on, and that's something that has. It was more surprising than the wood side, but it was still in line with what economic trends that are going on around the country. So, with that being said, what does this mean for Aliceville? Pretty much what it means for Aliceville is that we have to respond, right? One thing that we've done as your local government to respond is we did reach out to the state. Under the state, there's a warn notice where they're supposed to notify the state that they have a number of employees. That the threshold, from what I understand, is 50. If it reaches that 50 threshold, that automatically triggers some resources that will be given to the state. If it's under that 50 number, then it won't trigger the resources. So they hadn't heard about it as of yet, but of course you have a council team and a mayor that are and a staff that dedicated at City Hall that is on it. And so as soon as we found out, we tried to reach out to the facilities affected, made some good contact with some of the facilities. I won't say which ones, but then we also went beyond that and then reached out to our state partners as well. The state partners we were looking for were job seekers. From the state government on that side, and then also we're planning for some job seekers to come to the city of Aliceville in the near future. Working with working with our commissioner, because she does some things with job retention and creation. Also, we're having a job fair here in Aliceville pretty soon at the Aliceville City Hall, and then we want to have this will be a smaller one, and then we'll have a major job fair later on in August. Is the plan, so that way we'll be able to try to recruit and retain some of those people that may have lost their jobs on that side. So also, I want to make sure that people are aware that the Aliceville Library is a hub for delivering, is a hub for job seekers. once a week, we have an individual that comes to the library. Once we get that information, that flyer, I'll make sure to put it out, and that way it'll be spit out and retained on a weekly basis. So that way you can put your information in. There are people who are working directly with the state as a part of their works program. So that way we can try to get you placed in a job somewhere. Um, Additionally, next week, I plan to meet with some state officials from the workforce development site on facility of July the 15th. It's at 9:30. Now, I'm going to try to clarify and verify that this will be just myself and them, or if I need to invite and reach out to those individuals who are affected. If it is, of course, I'll make a post about it. I'll try to share it. You share it. You like it. You do whatever you need to do. But I want to make sure that people know that we are trying to work on. We are trying to work on some some things to push things forward. Um, Additionally, we're seeking guidance and resources uh, from other state partners that we've been put on to, and that are understanding of our situation. They've been there before, and they're trying to kind of move in a positive direction with that as well. Additionally, we're seeking economic developer specifically for the city of Aliceville, so that way we can have someone that is dedicated to the recruitment and the retention in the workforce. In Aliceville, Alabama. So we have a lot of great resources here. We have a port. We have industrial site. We have rail. We have all those things kind of bottled up. And sometimes if you don't know about things, then you miss out on things. We have a great economic development team. Mr. Donnie Sanders is the head of that team as of now. He's the industrial board president, and he works very closely with me on how we can try to progress and proceed and make things move forward in a positive direction. But again, I think that we at this time, especially with the significant job loss that we have, it might be prudent to reach out to someone. So I will be presenting this plan and the individual to the boards, to our council, to our economic development board, so that way we can try to see if there's someone who we can even retain on a temporary basis that will try to bring in some activity or point us in the right direction, so that way we can grind the wheels and make things happen. So those are some of the individual things that we're doing as a community. We're looking forward to seeing kind of what else we can do to improve our current state and situation. I'm looking at my phone because I got questions that was coming in on my phone, so I apologize. But that's what we're looking at as far as on the economic development side. Also, I want to look at also, I'm creating a task force to try to ensure that we have people who may be interested on the outside that can move a little differently and have different ways of thought. So I will be creating a task force to kind of move in the direction to recruitment, retention, something that'll be quick. Some people who are strategic in strategic places, and we look forward to working with them so that way we can circumvent some of the job loss that we had and continue to recruit and incentivize. We do have a number of people who we've been talking to, and it is some favorable things that are prayerfully in the works. But until that bird is in the hand, I'm not gonna count it in. So with that being said, we're working on those things simultaneously. So there's a lot that's going on behind the scenes. I'll let you in on a lot of the things that's going on behind the scenes. Some of the things we can't talk about. Some of the things is nothing to talk about yet. But we are going to continue to chase what we can chase, so that way we're gonna go down swinging if we go down. But I don't plan on going down. With that being said, we're moving on our law enforcement side. We, as many of you all already know, Chief Jones is retiring, and so in his retirement, we still have him for a few more months. But he is in the process of getting ready to retire. And we first want to thank him for his dedicated service. We thank him for his for his hard work and his dedication that he's provided for us for over, as a law enforcement officer, I believe, for over 30 years, and as chief of police for over 20 years. The only chief that I've known is and a lot of this generation has known is Chief Jones. But Chief Jones has decided to retire, and again, he's not going to leave us high and dry, but he's ready to live in his retirement life that he so rightfully has deserved. And we thank him for all the service that he has provided to us and still continues to provide to us. And I'm sure he will continue to provide after he has, quote, retired. But we are currently seeking applications for those who are interested in being the chief of police. It was interesting as I looked at it. I looked at some people that say, "Hey, I want to be the chief of police," um, but they didn't have law enforcement background, or they didn't have, this or that. So if you have a post certification, if you are a law enforcement officer, if you have some leadership experience, those are the people that we were looking for in our law enforcement position, especially as a chief of police. We are accepting applications, I believe, until the 15th, if I'm not mistaken. You can look online and see what the official date is, but I believe the 15th is a date that it has to be turned in. There are physical copies of the packet, and then there's a email copy of the packet. But we are seeking someone qualified to submit their application. Kind of how the process will go. We do have a review board. The review board will help with the interviewing process. After that review board, they'll make a recommendation, and then ultimately it's the mayor and council that vote on the new chief that will be going into effect. We're hoping to have the process done as efficiently as we can, but we want to make sure that we don't rush it either. So we will be doing our best to select someone who will most adequately reflect the values of Aliceville. Will have a leadership mentality that is of courtesy, but of dignity and of strength and respect. But we also want to make sure that they're ready to be a leader in the community, which we expect our next police chief to be, just as our current police chief is. So with that being said, the next thing, moving on. I told you I got about 5 more minutes. I'm gonna roll on. School is starting in a month. So as you guys know, in August the 6th, school will be starting. So we're looking forward to having a great school year. There are a number of back to school events. I probably got 4 flyers that I know of that have been sent to me. I do plan on submitting or putting those flyers out there. If you have a flyer that you want me to see, then you need to send it to me. Don't assume that I seen it, because I will share them. I'll post them all, so that way we can make sure that our kids are getting what they deserve. I think everybody who's doing it. I'm not gonna start naming them. I'm just gonna, once you send them to me, I'll shoot them out there. But I wanted to get this PSA to say, if you're interested in in being a part of getting your stuff notified and sent out through the city or through my page, we have no problem with that, as long as it's uplifting our kids and our community. And so I'm thankful for that. I know in Aliceville there's no shortage of events. There's big, large, small, whether you're giving away a pair of shoes or if we're giving away 200 book bags, we don't care. We're thankful for it. We appreciate it. And it means a lot to our kids and our community. With that being said, I want us to remind ourselves to be supportive of the Aliceville schools. Aliceville schools. We have in Aliceville Elementary School, we got a lot of positivity going on. We have a report card that's a B report card. Our ACAP testing was through the roof. Our kids did a phenomenal job with the testing. Aliceville Elementary has a new playground, a great blue and gold playground. I'm sure everybody has seen and wanted to get on. It made me want to jump on it myself when I saw it out there. At Aliceville High School, again, we'll have new faces and new teachers, new people in leadership roles. So we want to make sure that we on our different teams and such. And then we have a lot of our sports that'll be going on this fall. So we want to make sure that we're supportive of our kids. So continue to support our board member, as I know he's doing the best job that he can do, and he has a mind for Aliceville in his head. So again, and also as we all know, the superintendent is new. An interim superintendent is there now. The old one is gone, so we don't have to worry about what's happened in the past. But we need to make sure we focus on what's in the future. So I ask that you give this interim person a chance, an opportunity, and then whoever the board decides to select for the long-term superintendent spot, let's get behind them and at least give them a chance. I know one person, a few people, not one, a few people have said, well, they're from this town, they're from Gordo, they're from this place, whatever. If they're gonna do right by our kids, then we need to give them a shot. So now you're hearing it from me first. Again, it doesn't matter if you got a G or a tornado, you're a tornado, or if you're Indian or whoever you are. If you're for our kids, then we will be for you. So we know our kids are academically gifted, our kids are athletically gifted, and we have the best ones in the state, I believe. So let's just continue to encourage them and say some positive stuff instead of saying negative stuff. Do that for me. All right. Next, daycare. I know a lot of people ask me about when is the daycare going to open up. So the daycare is currently being staffed. The staff are being trained, so that way when they do open up, they'll be ready to rock and roll. Some of the things, because this is something new that we're partnering with a private entity, there are some regulatory hurdles that we are accomplishing and stepping over and stepping through. So just continue to, we thank you for being patient, but it is a process. There are certifications that you have to make sure you go through and paperwork that has to be done and people that have to look over that paperwork. So Ms. Lavender has been patient with trying to get all these things processed. And I thank you parents for being patient as well, because again, it's a process. It takes time. Just like our school, situation took some time to get where it was, and we have to continue to move and get better. Guess what? We're going to continue to get better. All right. No shade at anybody. It just takes a process. It's a process. So if you don't have anything good to say, please close your mouth. All right. You hearing it from me. Mayor said, Pastor T said, whatever you want to call me. Terrence said, that boy said, if you don't have nothing good to say, then please shut your mouth. All right. So again, I want to make sure that we emphasize our schools, make sure we emphasize our daycare, because again, our schools and our daycare, that's going to train up our kids so they'll be ready for school. I think it's going to be a fantastic and wonderful combination. So that way we're able to efficiently teach our kids through the next level, and it's not so much of a gap. And then that way, when they enter into the workforce, they're able to be successful and they want to stay in Adamsville. All right. So again, the next thing I'm gonna talk about is farmers market. Farmers market is still going on. Please, ma'am, please, sir, continue to go every Thursday, every Saturday from 8 to 12. Looking forward to seeing you there. Juneteenth was phenomenal. Even though we got rained out, we had a great time. Had a lot of catfish. They even made me do some catfish, and somebody said it tasted all right. So I'm looking forward to next year, so we might have a catfish off or something. So show me how you cook yours, or show me something a little different. So we was excited about that. Also on the 4th of July, we had a wonderful time at the fireworks show. I think last year we had about 25 folks at the fireworks show. This year, I dare say we probably had 100 or so at the 120 at the fireworks show. So we had some wonderful times. I'll post a couple of pictures, but if you missed it, then you truly missed a treat. Because again, next year we plan on doing the same thing. Last but not least, and wrapping up this, and I'll hit a couple of the comments that I see in the comment section on my side. If I miss something later on, then I'll come back and tell you. First, there is on our bridge replacement process is starting. The bridge that I'm referring to is the one by the old Texaco, or the one that the Aliceville Housing Authority was in. It's been in disrepair for a while. Our council decided to make that priority, and so it's being fixed. That one bridge has been repaired. It is walkable. You can look at it. They're staining it now. That's why it's two different colors, but they're staining it so that way it lasts for a long time. And then we're looking at about a 2 to 3 week time frame, and we'll have the other two bridges that are under that contract to be completed. So we're looking forward to the wonderful opportunity that this is going to afford us: better walking, more being able to move, and not having to walk in the street in order to get over the railroad tracks and then go down, because that's unsafe. Also, I want to make sure that everyone knows, and we'll reach out to our downtown district individuals, is that on August the 17th, that's the planned construction time for our downtown streetscape area. So we're in the process of two projects at one time. I want to give a shout out to our water department for collaborating with us on this project, and also the engineering firms, Insight Engineering, which is the water board's engineer, and then also the Porter Higginbottom Engineering, for working together, as well as our city council and our water board working together to make this happen. So there were two grants that we had to put together to make this project successful. There's two phases to this grant. The first phase is a replacement of the water line downtown. The old water line has been there for 80 years, and is in need of repair. That's part of the reason why we couldn't pave downtown, because of the fact that the water line was in such ill repair. If we tore up the road, then it would tear up the water line. So we were successful in getting the grant. We got the grant to do the water line. We were successful with the grant with the state, and we got a grant for repaving on that side. So with that being said, the two projects are working simultaneously together as a joint project. This project is supposed to be finished hopefully within 120 days. And then there's the other phase of that project. So our business owners, we will notify you, for those that don't watch the live, that it's going to happen. But again, it's taking a little time to get started because we had to work things out. But August the 17th is a planned start date. They have 120 days from that date for completion, and then we'll do the final phase of the paving side. So with that being said, we will have a lot of construction and stuff going on downtown, but it's a part of the progress that we're trying to do and make. The second thing is there are two other projects that we got notice to proceed on. Notice to proceed simply means that we've been given permission by the state to proceed with the grant because we had to go through a process. That process is for Broad Street. We're going to continue the streetscape on Broad Street leading down from the bank, and then on 9th Avenue, which everybody knows as the road going to the Aliceville City Park. It carries out a lot of water in that ditch, so we're going to fix that ditch, so that way the water that's coming and flowing in people's driveways and in their carports, trying to make sure that we roll that water out. It's a part of our overall flooding plan, but it's coming in steps and coming in phases, because again, about a month ago we had a flash flood. Now, when God drops 5 inches of water out of the sky in 30 minutes to an hour, then in a flood zone area, or flood prone area rather, sometimes things happen. But I'm thankful for our crews that were out and diligent and making things happen. And we are committed. We are working on our plan and implementing our plan to help improve and increase the drainage. And then the last thing that I'm going to say is, on our police and our fire station, I know there's a lot of people that have been asking kind of what is the status on our police and fire station. So the status on our police and fire station is the fact that we got a lot of things that have to go on. What has to go on? USDA is involved. Architectural firms are involved. Our engineering firm and reports are involved. Surveys have to be completed and done. Preliminary work and paperwork has to be submitted to make sure that it's not an Indian burial site, or if it's not some kind of holy ground for something that's there, or a certain bug or a bat or something that's not on there that's protected or endangered species. So there's a long process that we're going through as we speak, and that's what kind of the holdup is, from what you see on the outside. So as we progress, I'm having weekly and sometimes multi-weekly interviews and meetings about just that. But we are progressing. It takes a long time. So with that being said, I see two questions in the chat, and I'm gonna hit those two questions, and then after that, I'm gonna hop on off because I'm already 2 minutes over my time. The first question is, first thing is, the cell service. So cell service has been a sore spot. What do I mean by that? Anytime somebody cuts any fiber in this area, it appears and feels as if our stuff goes out. Now on one side, on the FirstNet side, I appreciate FirstNet coming out because they are a provider and they give our law enforcement operational support. So that way they do have cell service through FirstNet service. However, for the 2,200, 22 to 2,400 other people who rely on the cell tower, it's unacceptable that we don't have any redundancy on that tower. So with that being said, I am working with people to see what our options are. So that way we can try to see how we can make things better. And as soon as I get some answers, I'll make sure to let some people know. All right. So Shanika Jones zone boarding. I think you meant zoning board, but on our zoning board, there's a lot that's changing on our zoning board. A lot of things that came from the state that have changed. Um, Not what you talk about probably hadn't changed yet, but there are some changes that are forthcoming, especially with some of the things that we're doing with construction. So zoning will be getting some revisits to it. And homecoming, last thing, homecoming. Now a lot of people been asking me about homecoming. Uh, Homecoming is October the 2nd. I got it already on my board. Um, what's going on with homecoming? Homecoming is coming along. As soon as there's some official updates, it'll be put out through the school in conjunction with us. But I'm not going to get in ahead of it. I'm going to let our school leadership work with them, so that way we have a cognitive plan that as we move forward. We've met a few times already this year, and we're getting close to the beginning of school. So we are meeting and we have met, and we are working on plans. And as soon as we have our solid plan, we'll present it to you. So I don't want people to think that we forgot about homecoming. Our homecoming is not on our radar. It is. It's just taking a little time to make sure that we are in place with what we need to be in place with. So with that being said, I thank you for your time. I've been on here 33 minutes and 16 seconds, so I'm not going to hold up any more of your time. Thank you for coming and listening and engaging with me. If you have any questions, be sure to put them in the group chat, or not the group chat, in the messages in the comment section. I do read the messages. I do read the comments. If it's something I need to respond to and I can respond to, then I will. If it's something I can't, then I'll let you know I can't or I don't know. And other than that, I hope that you have a wonderful and a blessed day. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And last but not least, I do have one other thing. Got to find it though. One second. Find it. Yes. So that's what I was looking for. So this year, I started doing something a little different, and I don't know if you can see it. Oh, there it is. I don't know if you can see it, but this is a medallion that I'm giving out to individuals who are not just talking the talk, but they are walking the walk. It's a mayoral medallion, and on the front of it, it has the Great Seal of Aliceville. All right, and on the back of the medallion, it has this: Mayor Wyndham's Be the Change Mayoral Medallion. And so what is that? That simply means that you're not just talking the talk, but you're actually walking the walk. Some of the first people who got this medallion, there have been about 4 that I've been able to give out. There was a young man who, there was a tree that fell in the road, and it took a little time to get the tree up. And he volunteered his services. He even got a dustpan and a broom. He helped kind of sweep the tree out the road. And his daughter was out there as well, helping do the work. And so what does that mean? That means that our kids are watching us, people are watching us, all kinds of people are watching us. So if I catch you doing something good in the city of Aliceville, then you subject to receive one of these. All right. And that simply is the mayor's be the change. Don't talk about the change. Don't say you if it was I could I should have would have all that. Don't give me that. Be the change, and I guarantee somebody's gonna catch you. It's been other people who have brought concerns up, or people who have actually done some work, not just brought up a concern, but actually have made something happen, and they received this medallion. It's pretty. I think it's pretty cool. I wish somebody gave me one, but I can't give myself the medallion, but I can give it to other people. So again, this is the mayor's Be the Change medallion. I want you to be the change that you want to see. We all talk about change and want to make something happen. But guess what? Are you willing to be a part of it? If you are, you get one of these. If you don't, you won't. All right. But anyway, just want to say thank you for this time. And now I'm officially done. Peace.